Businesses large and small are migrating to the cloud. One of those third parties who operate data centers in the cloud is Equinix. Specializing in the financial services sector, Equinix operates data centers in 13 countries across the globe. So what does the cloud look like from ground level? Cory Johnson is out in the newsroom with Equinix CEO Steve Smith. Cory?
Yeah, well, this is a company that's very interesting. It's done very well, and it's sometimes a challenging space. You might think of it as server hotels. Now, let me ask you, Steve, about Equinix's success in the recent quarter. Actually, I think I like to look at stock charts rarely, but once in a while they tell a great story. Your one-year stock chart, which I think we have, looks like a heart attack. I mean, if you look at the quarter that you guys announced, I think it was last October, really punished your stock. You guys are still if someone who bought right there, the stock's up even despite the last week. What is it the market didn't understand when you announced that really bad quarter, nearly a year ago?
I think briefly the market didn't understand, Cory, that the business fundamentals of the company had not changed at all. And we announced a softness in revenue on a pre-announce, and anytime a market leader does that, they think there's a cascading effect to other companies, and it just wasn't the case at all. It was just
that was principally at a business called Switch Data, which I used to know when it was a separate company, and you guys acquired that company, and it had more problems inherent than maybe you knew when you bought it?
No, not at all. We were halfway through the integration, and we were slowed down a little bit because we had a 7-month investigation by the DOJ that took place, and that caused a slowdown in the Switch and Data team from their bookings and their customer interactions. And during that time, you really can't talk to the customer or to the people. So you really go dark for a time period. And so we didn't understand what was really going on until we had closed the transaction.
Right. And once you get in there, you see it's not growing as fast as it had when you first looked at it. Well, let me ask you about that kind of growth rate. You guys just announced your quarter last week before the market went in the toilet, but price increases for your company weren't what they were a year ago. What does that reflect? Does that reflect the slowing economy that S&P sort of made us all take a really harsh look at, or is that about something else?
No, I don't think so. I think Equinix is positioned as the premium service provider in this space, and coming along with that, there's a premium price tag tied to the types of applications that companies put in these data centers. But
that hasn't changed in a year. Why can't you take price now when you could a year ago?
Well, we are it depends on what market you're talking about. Generally, overall, the company is still viewed as very firm pricing, very strong pricing, and so the trends underpinning this, mobile data, cloud, virtualization, the growing internet and IP is all underpinning this.
And the reason our show exists is to cover these dramatic changes in technology. So I wonder, when you look through that growth right now, are you seeing economic slowdown, economic weakness, companies that are less willing to buy?
Not at all. Not at all.
Really?
This business model is a little more unique in that for certain key applications where they need access to all the networks that we have in these data centers, they need to move data quickly. Most of these trends that we talked about here, they need access to multiple locations around the world. We're very unique in that we have almost 100 data centers scattered around 38 markets in the world. So if you're a CIO of any kind of company and you need to deploy infrastructure,
gotta make the switch now.
We look very attractive because we're all over the place.
Steve, really appreciate it. It's an interesting story to follow, and we'll keep doing just that.
Terrific.